Ever thought of devouring juicy, succulent ribs without the guilt of harming animals? Well, hold on to your forks, folks, because there's a meatless marvel in town. A Slovenian food tech startup, Juicy Marbles, has cooked up a tantalizing innovation: the world's first plant-based ribs. Yeah, you heard it right. Ribs that are kind to our animal friends and our planet. Their mission? To bring back the primal joys of gnawing on a rib, but without the environmental heartburn. Picture this: ribs made from soy protein, perfectly textured to mimic that pulled pork feel. And the cherry on top? Edible vegan bones. It's a BBQ dream come true. A feast that feeds our nostalgia and inclusivity, uniting meat lovers and vegans around the same grill. So who's ready for a BBQ without the moo? Wondering how these vegan ribs compare to the real deal? Let's dive into the taste test. The texture first. It's interestingly similar to pulled pork. Yes, you heard that right. This plant-based alternative has a texture that mimics the familiar fibrous, meaty consistency of pulled pork, but that's not all. These vegan ribs have a unique ability to soak up the flavors of spices and marinades. So if you're a fan of smoky BBQ or tangy Carolina-style sauce, rest assured, these ribs will hold up to your favorite flavors. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Some critics have pointed out that while these plant-based ribs do a good job of imitating the texture, they don't quite hit the mark on replicating the taste and richness of real pork ribs. That juicy, savory taste that's synonymous with a succulent slab of ribs, it's not fully there. So if you're expecting a perfect pork replica, you might be a tad disappointed. But let's be real. It's a plant-based rib with edible vegan bones, a feat in itself, and it's bound to have its own unique flavor profile. In other words, they might not fool your carnivorous uncle, but they could just be the hit of your next vegan potluck. But are these vegan ribs just a passing fad, or could they be the future of BBQ? It's certainly a question that's been sizzling on the grill of our minds. As of now, these succulent soy marvels are only available in limited releases across the European Union, the United Kingdom, and the United States. But hold on to your tongs, folks, because plans are in the works for these ribs to be available for regular purchase by early 2024. And the potential impact of these plant-based delights? It's not just about sating our appetites. The rise in plant-based meats like these could significantly reduce overall meat consumption, serving up a hearty helping of benefits for both our health and the environment. And it seems we're not alone in our intrigue. Europe has seen a whopping 49% growth in the plant-based meat sector. So, as costs decrease and options improve, we might just be seeing more of these plant-based ribs at our barbecues. After all, who wouldn't want a side of sustainability with their barbecue sauce? So, after all this talk, the real question remains, are you brave enough to try these guilt-free ribs? Well, here is your chance to take a bite out of the future, literally. The world's first plant-based ribs, complete with edible vegan bones, are waiting for you to give them a try. Yes, you heard it right. These aren't just any old veggie burgers or sausages, these are ribs with bones and everything minus the actual meat. Juicy Marbles, the inventive food tech startup behind this culinary wonder, aims to recreate the shared sense of nostalgia and inclusivity that comes with a good old-fashioned BBQ. Picture this: a balmy summer evening, the sizzle of the grill, the mouth-watering aroma of BBQ sauce, and you, enjoying it all without the environmental impact of traditional meat. Let's face it, BBQs are more than just about the food. They're about bringing people together, creating memories, and sharing good times. And now, thanks to these plant-based ribs, even vegans and vegetarians can join in on the fun without missing out on the classic BBQ experience. But don't just take my word for it. The best way to know if these vegan ribs stack up to their meaty counterparts is to try them for yourself. Who knows, you might just be surprised at how good they are. And even if they don't quite hit the mark, you can rest easy knowing that you've done your bit for the planet. So, are you ready to trade in your BBQ tongs for a pair of these guilt-free ribs? After all, they do say that the proof of the vegan ribs is in the eating.